Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where we play games, talk game design, and we're back with more Moon Hunters. Moon Hunters. I said that weird, but hey.
You did. Hey.
We, where did we go? We went
We're
to
in
that
the mangroves.
place. The mangroves, which is the place that isn't a combat zone.
Yeah, it's not like, not a town, but, ooh, look at this little guy.
The mulberry toad leaps away at your approach, a rivet sounding in its wake.
And if I could talk to animals.
But you can talk to spirits. Beware the river queen, traveler. Moon is older than fairness.
Fairness. Beauty.
Oh, it still doesn't make much sense. Coon's scales are made of river stones. Her curses flow. Constant is the river. Thanks, buddy.
I don't know who he's talking about, though.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand.
Another
Are you
one?
talking about a location or are you talking about a person? I guess
Maybe
spirit
both.
talk is supposed to be confusing anyway.
In life, I vowed vengeance against the River Queen, who ate my family.
Oh.
Whole. My vengeance was foolish and unanswered. I found only death, with none left to mourn me. Oh.
That's kind of sad.
Bye-bye.
Although I guess that says that spirits were people once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
They never really made that explicitly clear, right? So I was like, oh, maybe spirits are their own thing.
Enormous eyes watch you with ancient intellect. A shadow sways beneath the water. Ooh, great.
Yeah. Laughter splashes as the creature's jaws snap up and show power, then sink out of sight. You gain bravery and 3 endurance. Nice.
All right.
I guess we haven't talked a lot about what the stats are associated with, but it's mostly straightforward. Like endurance is your health, strength is attack damage. It does say it in the little display.
Which is very nice. I hate it when games don't explain that to you.
I totally agree.
Ooh. Let's go here.
Is it there or
Oh, yeah.
this holy basin?
I was only going to say this because they get to see a new area, but that last area is the same type, so I think that we go here because it has a spirit gate.
Ooh.
And that'll be fun.
Oh, and Spirit Gate, I think, is how I got the ability to speak with spirits, but I don't know what's going to happen now that I already can speak with spirits.
I did it, nothing new. So this is one of the things that frustrates me.
Enemies that spawn right out of the gate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you go to an area and are immediately attacked, and it's super frustrating.
That is definitely game design 101, like bad design kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's that and like, so you can never design a level to damage the player if they just start and don't do anything. It's the song spell. Yeah, dance.
Your body moves as the music dictates. Take joy in the song while it lasts.
You seek the 4-faced goddess, as I do.
Well there's the answer. I was wondering if it was the 4 people I was telling you about. The pale dancer and a 4-faced goddess is the moon.
Okay.
Then they're watching like, yeah, dude, he was just talking about that, and you don't even remember. Whatever, I agree.
I'll pack up my things and meet you at your camp tonight. Then after my evening prayers, bless you. Blah blah blah. Hey, we're brave. We were already kind of brave, but it's cool too.
So, okay, interesting thing about these guys, right, is that they can't be hurt from the front. But this character, for gravity well, immediately puts them vulnerable. So, like, from any angle. And I think the reason why is because otherwise you could end up, like, with this, like, weird infinite loop of not being able to hurt them, but then stuck in place, and it was just a pain. So they made it to where, you could hit them from any angle. These are fun.
I agree. I think that makes sense, actually.
We call her by different names as she cares for us for each accordance of our needs. Normally those are a lot more insightful and say different things.
Monkey thing.
You're going nowhere. So the music in this area is pretty cool too. You can't really hear it, but it's just got some beautiful singing going on.
I agree. That was one of the things when I did my personal playthrough of this, is that I thought the music was pretty striking. Like, in a similar way to, like, I don't know, it feels like it has so much more soul than a lot of songs in games tend to have, is in a similar way like why I like the music in Bastion so much.
I was actually going to say, it hit me like Transistor hit me with its music. where immediately I was like, I want this game because music is amazing. Here we go.
Oh yeah, this guy.
All right, so like this is the guy you talk to him, then he's like, turn back, you should not violate the gate, nor shall any other spirit. And basically, if you enter, then you fight him. If you enter, then you fight him because you go against his wishes. But then you can speak to spirits. We're gonna obey though.
Because we can already speak to spirits.
Good, you are wise. I grant you this one on Anuna to assist you. May it be loyal.
Oh.
And now we have a little familiar.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Let's find out what he does. Usually it says, for one day he gives us plus 10 intelligence. That's a lot of intelligence.
That is a lot of intelligence. So is intelligence just like magic damage?
Yeah, it's the
Magic
stereotypical
potency?
like strength is for your physical attacks. And actually, if you go to you're like, so Dark Orb was magical, Void Pool is magical. I think for yours, if you go over to your abilities, so you see that your leaf attacks and your vines are all physical. But then if you okay, so you're actually all a physical character.
Yeah, so I'm sure the intelligence is like duration of the wolf form, which I don't really use.
That would actually be based off of your faith, because your faith determines your highest amount of mana you carry, while your what is it called? Spirit determines how fast it regrows.
That's fair. Yeah, I find it interesting, though, that I don't feel very inclined to use the wolf form very often, because it's more powerful, but you're more likely to take damage, and I think that kind of speaks to what you were saying in an earlier episode about how it's difficult to play melee characters by yourself. And even now, like, I feel like I'm just safer if I use my ranged attack.
Which is not a very good range attack, honestly.
No, it's not. I mean, you can make it a lot better with upgrades, but...
Yeah. Especially once I think it can pierce, if I'm not mistaken.
It can pierce, and you can hone it so that it shoots more narrow, so you're more likely to hit one target with multiple shots, which is super, super nice. But yeah, the difference between the melee and this is like time and safety. So it's like, oh, it takes a little bit longer, but it's safer. And if you're playing the long game, you're probably just going to not use the wolf form.
Yeah. It's really just about getting from one place to another quickly.
It kind of is, yeah. And that's a little sad. I feel like it's underutilized in that sense. But I guess
sad
if you...
because it's the coolest out of all the dash abilities.
It really is. I suppose, though, if you upgrade the wolf form, it probably can be really interesting.
If you upgrade the wolf form, it becomes a cat
lion.
form. A lion, that's it.
Cat form.
Cat form.
Close enough, I guess.
Meow.
Meow.
But yeah, see, this is why Hedwana is... Heduana, I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Your character.
Yeah, this is why... Don't...
What?
Oh, are you wise by chance?
I don't think so. Nope.
Yeah. Well, if you don't destroy the mushrooms and you get in there, then you have an option for, like, it's like, oh yeah, look at these mushrooms. Maybe you can pray or meditate inside. Or you can eat them and things get blurry and weird. It's kind of fun. Yeah.
That's kind of fun, actually.
Circling around. Let's go this way.
I will say, the minimap is one of the most important things that they've done in the UI of this game.
It's very good. I just wish that you could pull up a larger scale one.
I agree. I mean, I guess, like, from a quick glance, you're not going to get that much more out of a large version of it, other than seeing, like, the full map.
You can see which directions you haven't gone yet, because there's a lot of backtracking that can happen.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's kind of the same thing that Children of Morta suffers from, where it's like, there's so many random paths that you can take that it's like, you just have to choose one, and then hope you remember that you passed one up.
Yeah, right. This thing can go so far.
There's one good thing, though.
There it is.
There's one good thing, though, about not showing the player the entire map, which is a little counterintuitive, but if you don't show the player the entire map, they don't know what they have missed, So at a certain point, you just have to assume you caught everything that you were going to catch. And so I think it helps stop some completionist players from feeling like they need to scope out every single corner of the map, because it's not necessary. It really isn't.
Yeah. Very rarely have I missed one corner and because of that actually missed like another section to go to.
And so I feel it probably helps prevent players from spending too much time.
Did I lose my foolish trait? I probably lost my foolish trait.
I think you did.
Well, are you still foolish?
No, I don't think I ever was. Patient, cunning, and brave.
Oh, sad. And that was the moment I was talking about, too.
Aww. Sad day. Woo! I think that's all for this area, though.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, there might be a couple of other areas, but it's like I was saying, like, you really don't need to. And it's one of those things, too, if you know that you missed a spot, players like me, like, I will, if I see that I missed a spot, I will go there, even if there's nothing there,
that's
and all I want is that...
Hyperlight Drifter.
That's exactly why.
So
it's a shame that I didn't play that one on the show with you, because...
Since we're nearing the end of the episode, and this is actually going to be the last one we're doing on it, we might as well at least talk about... Oh, new trait Foolish.
Rampager. Wow, you killed a lot more guys than I did.
Yeah, she does that. I don't even have the piercing. The one that allows her attacks to go through enemies and hit the ones behind it, that's when she's just, like, broken. So yeah, you might as well talk about what the game, like, becomes. Hey, he's back. I'm still here.
Oh, maybe he's just super glitched out.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, that's pretty wild. So, I mean, bugs are still likely to happen. This is really not that bad.
Oh, no. So basically, what happens is after the 5th day, after traveling 5 times, you choose a new area to go to, and that area will have Marduk in it, the king. And most of the time, unless you were going for something specific, you're going to fight him. And it's a very easy fight that just kind of like your typical boss fight with a couple forms, like he's standing on top of his like stone pillar and you fight him and then you whittle him down and then you can hit him while he's weak and then he gets back up and just like lather, rinse, repeat until you beat him. If you beat him, you kill him, and then the sun cult dissolves, but you don't manage to bring the goddess back alive. And then that's kind of how the legend unfolds. But you can do other things, like if your charm was high enough, and if I had actually succeeded in flirting with enough people, you gain flirtatious, and when you meet the king, then you can actually elope.
It's so weird.
Yeah, instead of fighting you, he looks at you and goes, there's something different about you. You're like, yeah, we can, if we stop this foolish fighting, then we could leave off together somewhere, and then you get an alternate ending. And there's other types of alternate endings I'm not familiar with. So there's more to just combat in this game, more than just like typical fighting. And there's still haven't done it, where you can actually apparently save the moon goddess.
Whoa!
And that's what that half moon, full moon, crescent moon thing is all about, because if you do find that temple, then you can press the things in the right direction. But
interesting.
There doesn't seem to be a right way of pulling that off. I think you just have to be lucky enough for the thing to show up. But because of that, it's a little frustrating.
That's fair. But I do think that is why this game is so fun to at least people like you and me, right? Where the game needs combat just because that's kind of the glue that keeps it all together. But it's all of the other mechanics to this game that makes this so interesting. And even just the random generation of like different events that can happen, it makes this game so fun and interesting, and all the alternate endings are just...
I mean, I've already seen 1 or 2 things I haven't seen before, and I've played through this game at least 10 times now. So there's a whole lot of stuff to it. But hope you enjoyed it. Moon Hunters is awesome. Please check it out, because it's been on my radar for a long time, and really enjoy this. Plus, you can play it online with a bunch of friends, or
super nice,
local with a bunch of friends, and it's a blast.
Play online together.
I don't play games with you outside of GDPG. So,
question of the day, maybe just what are your general thoughts about Moon Hunters? What would you do differently, and what did you like the most?
Yeah.
And if you do want us to play more Moon Hunters, just be sure to vote for it, because we'll happily finish this campaign and run through another one. The only reason we're cutting this one short, not finishing it, is because we have other things on the agenda that people might like to see, so
Well, till next time. All that jazz. See you then.
Bye, everyone.